Picture this. Your phone won't stop buzzing with unread messages. Your emails pile up like an avalanche. The deadline that felt far away yesterday, now it's breathing down your neck. Your bank account flashes red. And through all this chaos, you're expected to smile, to act like you've got it all under control. This is modern life. And stress is no longer the exception. It's the new normal. Most people run from it. They seek comfort. A glass of alcohol, a few empty hours on social media, meaningless conversations to numb the void inside. But the more they chase comfort, the weaker they feel. The more they hide, the easier they break. The Stoics saw something different. They knew stress is not the enemy. It's the training ground. It's the fire that forges steel. It's the ultimate test of character. Marcus Aurelius, an emperor carrying the weight of an empire, battling war, plague, and betrayal, wrote these timeless words. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. If a man surrounded by storms could remain calm, then you and I in this modern battlefield can also learn to stand unbroken. And today, I'll share with you 8 Stoic practices to become truly unbreakable. Not just to survive stress, but to ease it. To turn every challenge into fuel, every setback into strength. So stay with me until the end, because the storm is not your enemy. The storm is the path. And before we dive in, if you want more ancient wisdom to sharpen your mind and strengthen your soul, hit subscribe and join this journey with me. Part 1. Don't just cope. Dominate your darkness. The natural reaction of human beings to suffering is simple: escape. When we feel sadness, we play music to drown it out. When pressure builds, we reach for alcohol to numb it. When betrayed, we bury ourselves in endless work or temporary pleasures. This is survival mode. But survival is not the same as truly living. The Stoics believed this. If you never face the darkness, you will remain only a survivor, never a champion. Seneca once wrote, "Difficulties strengthen the mind as labor does the body." He didn't say difficulties should be avoided. He declared they are essential training, the daily gym for your inner world. Just as muscles only grow through resistance, your character only expands through struggle. Think back to a time when life pushed you to the very edge. Losing a job, the collapse of a relationship, the weight of financial burden. You thought you might break, and yet you are still here. And in that fire, you discovered something. Perhaps it was endurance, perhaps clarity, perhaps an inner power you didn't know you had. That was not luck. That was the forge of darkness shaping you into steel. The Stoics never denied suffering. They turned to it and asked, "What is this here to teach me?" Practical exercise. The next time your chest tightens, your thoughts race, your fear rises, pause. Take 3 deep breaths. Then ask, what lesson is hidden in this storm? Maybe it's teaching you patience. Maybe it's forcing you to reevaluate how you live. Maybe it's reminding you that time is short and you cannot delay transformation any longer. When you stop running from suffering, you stop being its prisoner. You begin to turn darkness into a weapon. At that moment, you are no longer the victim of stress. You are the commander of it. Part 2. Control the first thought. Defeat the inner voice. Right now, as you listen, there's a voice inside your head. It whispers. It criticizes. It doubts. It tells you stories that sound true, but are nothing more than fear in disguise. Most people believe this voice is who they are. They accept every word without question. That is the most dangerous illusion. Marcus Aurelius warned himself again and again, confine yourself to the present. He knew that most of our suffering does not come from reality. It comes from the story we tell about reality. That voice says, "You can't handle this, you're not enough, others are better, this shouldn't be happening." But that is not truth. That is programming. It is weakness wearing the mask of protection. Here is what the Stoics discovered. You are not the voice. You are the one who hears it. And the one who hears it has choice. The first thought always arrives fast, automatic, emotional. But between that thought and your response, there is space. And in that space lies your freedom. Practical exercise. The next time stress strikes, catch that first thought. Don't react, just notice. Say to yourself, there's the voice trying to control me. Then pause and choose a better thought. Not fake optimism, not empty lies, but something useful, something strong. Instead of, this will break me, say, this will shape me. Instead of, I can't handle it, say, I am learning to handle it. Instead of, what if I fail? Ask, what if this is my turning point? This practice is what modern psychology calls reframing. The Stoics called it mastery of the mind. When you become the editor of your thoughts, you stop being their prisoner. You stop letting the weakest voice decide your story. You build a stronger voice, one that carries you forward. Remember this, the first thought is not the final truth. You always have the power to choose a second thought, and that choice can change everything. Part 3. Use isolation as a weapon, not a prison. When life becomes overwhelming, most people reach for comfort. They want reassurance. They want someone to tell them it will be okay. And sometimes that helps. But here is the danger: if you always need others to calm your emotions, you will never be truly free. Seneca wrote, "True happiness is to enjoy the present without anxious dependence on the future." And he found this wisdom not in crowds, but in solitude. Isolation frightens many people, because when the noise disappears, you are left alone with your own thoughts. No distractions, no excuses, just you and the truth. But here is the secret. Isolation does not have to be a prison. When you choose it intentionally, it becomes a weapon. It strips away illusions and shows you who you really are. Think about the greats. The writer alone with the page. The athlete training while the world sleeps. The entrepreneur building quietly while others waste time. Isolation is where transformation is forged. Practical exercise. Choose 1 hour every day for voluntary isolation. No phone, no music, no endless scrolling. Just you sitting with your mind. At first, you will feel restless. You will want to escape. But that discomfort is the fire making you stronger. Use this time to ask yourself, what is working in my life? What is broken? What truth have I been avoiding? What dream am I too afraid to chase? The strongest people are not those who never feel lonely. They are the ones who have learned to make solitude their sanctuary. They crave their own company. They build power in silence. Remember this, isolation forced upon you can crush you, but isolation chosen by you can shape you into someone unbreakable. Don't run from it. Weaponize it. In that quiet space, away from noise and distraction, you will discover something extraordinary. That you are enough. That you are stronger than you realized. And that you never needed permission to rise. Part 4. Train under pressure, never wait for calm. Most people treat pressure like an enemy. They wait for the storm to pass before they act. They say, I'll chase my dream when life gets easier. I'll build habits when I have more time. I'll become strong when I don't need to be strong. But here is the truth. Life never gets easier. The storm never ends. And waiting keeps you weak forever. Epictetus knew this. He was born a slave. He could have waited for freedom to begin thinking like a free man. But he didn't. He trained his mind in chains. So when freedom came, he was already unbreakable. Pressure is not the opposite of growth. It is the very forge of growth. Muscles don't grow without resistance. Character doesn't grow without trial. Practical exercise. When work overwhelms you, practice calm. When money tightens, practice gratitude. When critics attack, practice detachment. When exhaustion hits, practice discipline. Most people do the opposite. When stressed, they abandon their routines. When tired, they skip the workout. When anxious, they avoid the hard conversation. They let pressure shrink them. But champions see differently. They know the real game is won, not in perfect conditions, but in the final moments, when everything is on the line. They don't perform despite pressure. They perform because of it. The Stoics practiced this daily. Marcus Aurelius wrote in his journal while leading an empire at war. Not waiting for calm, he created calm inside himself. So, here is your rule. Never waste a crisis. Never waste pressure. Never waste hardship. Every challenge is a gym for your soul. When you see stress not as torture, but as training, your nervous system calms. You stop being a victim of circumstance. You become a student of life. Do not wait for calm after the storm. Become the storm itself. Part 5. Make pain pay rent. Turn every hit into power. Pain will come whether you invite it or not. Loss, failure, betrayal, disappointment. No one escapes it. But here is the question. Will you let pain live rent-free in your mind, or will you make it pay for the space it takes up? Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." He didn't simply endure his pain. He transformed it. He used it as raw material for wisdom that still guides us 2,000 years later. Most people let pain shrink them. They carry it like a badge, defining themselves by what happened, not by what they did with what happened. They become professional victims, trapped in old wounds. But the Stoic chooses another path. They acknowledge the hurt. They feel it fully. And then they ask, how can I use this? Practical exercise. First, when pain arrives, don't run. Sit with it. Breathe through it. Let it teach you how much you can endure. Second, extract the lesson. What boundary do you need to set? What pattern must you break? What new skill must you learn? Every injury carries a message. Decode it. Third, turn the lesson outward. The one who battled depression can give others hope. The one who survived betrayal can teach loyalty. The one who lost everything can reveal what truly matters. This is not toxic optimism. Pain hurts, that is why it is called pain. But refusing to let it transform you, that is the real tragedy. Your scars are not proof of weakness. They are proof of survival. They are chapters of your story that say, I am still here. So stop letting pain define you. Start letting it refine you. Every hit that life delivers must pay rent by making you wiser, stronger, more compassionate. Part 6. Operate in silence, let discipline speak for you. We live in a world addicted to noise. Everyone announces their goals. They post every small step on social media. They talk endlessly about what they plan to do. But few actually do it. Here is the problem. Talking about your goals tricks your brain. Psychologists call it social reality. When you tell the world your intention, you get praise and attention. And that praise feels like a reward. Your mind believes the work is already done, so your motivation fades before you even begin. The loudest talkers are often the slowest movers. They are too busy managing their image to build substance. They perform growth instead of living growth. The Stoics chose a different way. Epictetus taught, be silent for the most part, or if you speak, say only what is necessary. He knew that true strength does not need an audience. Real transformation happens in the quiet hours, when nobody is watching. Practical exercise. Choose one goal that matters deeply to you. For the next 30 days, do the work in silence. No announcements, no posts, no need for approval. Wake early. Train when others sleep. Build when others talk. let your actions carry the weight. Operating in silence shields your dream from negativity. Not everyone wants to see you succeed. Some will doubt you. Some will discourage you. When you keep your work private, their voices cannot touch you. And then, when you finally reveal the results, your actions speak louder than 1,000 promises. People will wonder, when did this change happen? How did they transform? They will not remember your words. They will see your discipline. So stop performing your progress. Start embodying it. Let silence be your shield. Let results be your voice. The world doesn't need more talkers. It needs more doers. Be the one who does. Part 7. Become dangerous to your old self. Your greatest enemy is not outside. It is not toxic people. It is not bad luck. Your greatest enemy is the person you used to be. The old self loves excuses. It loves comfort. It whispers, tomorrow will be a better day to start. Just one more break, just one more delay. But every time you listen, the old self grows stronger. Seneca wrote, "You act like mortals in all that you fear, and like immortals in all that you desire." We hesitate as if we live forever. We delay as if we have endless time. But survival is not enough. To become unbreakable, you must kill the weaker version of yourself every single day. Practical exercise. Write down 3 habits of your old self. Maybe it is endless scrolling. Maybe it is skipping the workout. Maybe it is breaking promises to yourself. Then declare war on them. Every day, destroy one of those patterns with action. The dangerous version of you is not interested in excuses. The dangerous version does not tolerate mediocrity. It wakes up early. It chooses discipline over comfort. It refuses to betray its own word. This battle is not about self-hatred. The old self got you this far. It taught you lessons. But now it must step aside. Because the future you are building cannot coexist with the past you are leaving behind. Friends may notice. Family may resist. Some will say, "You've changed." They are right. You have changed because the old self was not strong enough to carry your destiny. Once you raise your standards, going back becomes impossible. The old self will feel like a cage. The new self will feel like freedom. So stop negotiating with weakness. Stop improving the old you. Execute it, and rise into someone new. Someone dangerous to mediocrity. Someone unstoppable. Part 8. Anchor to one unbreakable why. When everything falls apart and it will only one thing will keep you standing, your why. Not shallow goals. Not surface motivations. But a purpose so deep that no storm can tear it away. Viktor Frankl, who survived the horrors of concentration camps, wrote, "Those who have a why to live can bear almost any how." He witnessed people survive not because they were the strongest, but because they carried a reason larger than themselves. Most people's why is weak. They want success because it looks impressive. They want fitness because it looks attractive. They want discipline because it looks admirable. But when the test comes, when they are exhausted, when progress slows, when no one is watching, those shallow motives crumble. The Stoic path demands something greater. Your why must touch your soul. It must ignite you when comfort tempts you. It must lift you when failure beats you down. Practical exercise. Ask yourself, if I had only 1 year left, what would I regret not becoming? Not what you would regret not achieving, but who you would regret not becoming. Maybe your why is your children. Maybe it is your parents. Maybe it is the person you used to be, who needed someone like the person you are becoming now. Or maybe it is the belief that your transformation itself is a legacy. Write your why down. Make it specific. Make it personal. Make it powerful enough to bring tears to your eyes and fire to your heart. Because techniques will fail. motivation will fade, circumstances will challenge you. But a why that is unbreakable will carry you through any storm. Don't just want to be unbreakable, need to be unbreakable, for a reason greater than yourself. Conclusion: become unbreakable. You've just learned 8 timeless Stoic practices. But remember this: knowledge alone is never enough. Only action transforms you into someone truly unbreakable. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be one. Don't wait for tomorrow. Begin today, right in the middle of the storm you're facing. The storm is not here to destroy you. It is here to train you. And when you walk out of it, you will not be the same person. You will be a Stoic warrior. If you believe in this path, declare it below with just 4 words. I am unbreakable. Like this video, share it with a friend who needs strength, and subscribe for more wisdom, because your Stoic journey has only just begun.